forgot to go back. I forgot to go back, support Oni-chan, and quickly bring him back from the strange world of the witch's game. After all, as long as I'm here, I'm not allowed to call myself Ange. At that time, I felt someone's presence. Oh? Oh shit. When I turned around, I could see Mamon there.
グレーテル様、そろそろお戻りになられないと、ゲームの進行に差し支えると、速やかにお戻りになられますようにお願い申し上げます。
ありがとう。もう戻るわ。
よかったじゃないですか。
何が？
バトラお兄ちゃんに出会えて。
皮肉？
そう聞こえるなら、そういうことにしてもらってもいいですけど。
ごめんなさい。言葉通りに受け取るべきね。ええ、そうよ。こんなおかしな世界であっても、お兄ちゃんに出会えて心底に嬉しいわ。
そしてお兄ちゃんのためにベアトリーチさん。
ええ、いつまでもこんな世界で遊ばれてちゃ困るもの。そろそろお家へ帰る時間なのよ。だから私が呼びに来たわ。
せいぜい頑張ってください。私、今の主はベアトリーチ様ですので応援はできます。
知ってるわ。1986年10月5日までは、そしてやがては私の友人になるわ。
そしてやがてはその友人。何しろ
Oh? The fuck? Mamon moaned as if she'd bit her tongue, staggering as she clutched her chest. Apparently the rules applied to people other than me as well.
大丈夫？
Can't talk about future events, apparently.
それ結構辛いわよ。
グレー。
いいえ、ありがとう。嬉しいわ、お兄ちゃんに出会えて。あなたの最初の問いへの答えよ。じゃあ戻りましょう。私があまりぐずると、あなたが今の主人に怒られるわ。
はい、ご理解いただけて助かります。それではこっち。
マモン？
Uh-oh. I'm sure Mamon was about to say, well then, this way. But then she stopped, as if the film had been torn off at that point. Looked like she's suddenly frozen. Okay. Dio, where you at? Then I noticed. She wasn't the only thing that had frozen. Even the air and floating bits of dust had frozen in place in empty space. A world where it seemed even time had frozen. Yes, this looks like a portent that Burncastle will appear. Ah! But the atmosphere was different somehow. Then I understood. It wasn't Burncastle. It was the other witch. Oh. That's unfortunate.
調子はどうかしら、エンジェ。
ラムダデルタ、あなたにはルールの適用はないのね。
当たり前でしょ。ルールは他人を縛るためにあるのよ。自分をそれで縛るバカはいないわ。
Burncastle is a witch who supports me, but this girl is different. This witch supports Beatrice. In other words, she's a being on the opposing side. There's some kind of difference between her and Beatrice. Even compared to Burncastle, there's something strange about Lambda Delta's existence. It's... how should I put it? Maybe like she's a being from a higher dimension. In any event, I was still unsure about how to deal with her. The only thing that was certain was that she was my enemy. No, just knowing that might be enough, but...
それで、私に何かご用？
まあね、あなたたちの会話に耳を傾けてたら、あなたにちょっといい話を聞かせてあげようと思って。
あなたは私の敵のはず。そのあなたが私に得する話を聞かせる理由がつま
I
り
mean, for one, she
耳を
never said it
傾
would
けた
help
時
you.
点
She
で
just said it
負
was
けと
something
いうこ
good.
とだわ。
She didn't say by whose opinion it would be considered good. She just said she had something good for you.
じゃあね、See you next time.
Oh.
誤解しないで。私の相手はベルンであってあなたじゃないわ。つまり私とあなたが共に得をする話はあり得るということよ。
悪いけど私には聞く気がないわ。
Although I said that, I probably won't be released from this frozen time till Lambda Delta is satisfied. I know, but at least you're taking shots at her, which is nice. Because I can already tell this bitch doesn't like to be ignored. Especially doesn't like to be turned away, you know? It's like, yeah, nah, not interested, thanks, fuck off. This itself might be proof that she's in a higher dimension than me. I haven't been given the option of not listening to her. All I can do is try not to be shaken by anything she says and strengthen my mental guard. She'll probably try to make me believe something disadvantageous to me, threatening me.
そんなに身構えなくてもいいってば。
There's no need to square off, but there is a need to square up. Put up your hands, bitch.
私はあなたの誤解を解きに来ただけよ。いえ、ちょっと違う。ベルンカステルがあなたについた嘘を教え。
ベルンカステルが嘘？
あなたがベルンにベアトを倒せば兄が帰ってくるような。
さあ、あなたに話す気はないけど。
My brother coming home. I hadn't been promised anything that dreamlike. Getting just one person, only if I was lucky. It's been a promise without very high hopes. But that's enough for me. After being promised an eternity of isolation, having a faint but still non-zero chance was like a shining beacon.
ある意味ベルンのその約束は嘘で、ベルンがそう約束したのならきっとあなたがベアトを倒せばバトラー。
何の問題もないじゃない。
本気で？あの子は案外残酷よね。分かってて騙すなんて。
私がどう騙されてるというの？
No, don't feed it, Angie. She deceived you, though she knows. Like, okay, bye. Damn. I'm letting her take the initiative. Exactly. But I won't be released until I lend an ear to her. Well, also true. So it's something I'll have to hear anyway. Even though I realized I was falling into a trap, I urged her forwards.
今は何年？
このゲーム版の世界のこと？ならば、1986年10月4日よ。
その通り。ならば、あなたがベアトに打ち勝ったなら、台風が去った10月6日に島に囚われ、1986年の10月6日にね。
だから何？
あなたの1986年の10月6日はどうだ？親戚の家にいたんじゃなかったかしら。
I'd been at the house of the only Sumidera my mother trusted, Grandpa. We got a call. When I was playing with building blocks in the tatami room, we got that call. After watching to make sure that I'd remembered, Lambda Delta laughed unpleasantly and spoke.
ねえ、あなたの1986年10月6日にバトラお兄ちゃん帰ってきた
Even though I didn't understand what she was saying, I noticed an unpleasant sweat seeping out all over my face. I don't get it. I mean, that describes me with most of this shit, but let's go. I don't get it. What is this witch saying?
いい？あなたがベアトを倒せばバトラはそしてお家へ帰るでしょうね。1986年のお家に。
So is this about like there being like, is she trying to like set up shit for like multiple timelines? He'll return home, but his home in 86 in an alternate timeline, it still won't help you. You'll still be forced to live out the timeline you're stuck in.
だってそうでしょ。バトラは1986年の10月4日から解放されたらその翌日に帰るのは当然でしょ。そしてあなた1998バトラが帰ってこなかった1998年の後ろ宮エンジ
Or saying that she's going to, that Angie herself is gonna fade out of existence because, you know, that timeline would no longer exist if Battler comes back.
意味わかる？
何言ってるのあんたは。10月6日に家族が家に帰ってくるなら私はすぐにおじいちゃんの家からそして私たちは出会う。めでたしめでたし。
ええ 1986年に6歳。
私って誰？
後宮エンジェよ、18歳。違う、後宮エンジェじゃない。そういう名前の魔女、厳密にはエンジェ・ベアトリーチェという名の全くの別人。意味わかる？
I don't really get it anymore. Yeah, no, I'm kind of lost myself. Huh? Huh? Who am I? Huh?
だからベルンは残酷だなって思うの。いいね、意地悪だなって思うのよね。そういう経験なくもないくせにね。
Is that some kind of vague spoiler for Higurashi?
私何か騙されてる？
ああ、でもどうかベルンを責めないでね。
Well, I mean, for one, Angie should have taken her own advice of don't trust anyone. No one is truly your ally, like a burn castle.
だって考えようによってはあの子は嘘をついてない。ベアトを倒せば家族が帰ってくる。後宮エンジェのところでも、その後宮エンジェがあなたのことだとは言ってないだろうけ
Was it
ど
like
ね。
that? Was it like that? What did Braincaster say to me again? Your assistance is required. Your family needs it. Braincaster started by saying that. Then I spoke. If I save them, does that mean my family will come home? How did Braincaster answer that again? I cannot promise that. She did make me a promise. In exchange for accepting this fight. Yes, this is what she said. In exchange, I will search for a fragment of the ideal world that you wish for. A world where your family comes home. Not necessarily a world that you, this current Ange, exists in. Yeah, that's right. She didn't say any more than that she'd look for it. She didn't say she'd find it. But I was prepared for that from the beginning. But even so, that child promised that as long as I didn't give up, there was a faint chance of it happening. And in the end, she said this: I'm giving you a chance for revenge. In exchange, I promise to search for and bring you the happiest resolution among the possibilities you're capable of accepting.
初めから辛い賭けになることは承知よ。だって私の1998年の絶対のゼロが揺らぐわずかな可能性と引き換えなら、私には仮に復讐を成し遂げても徒労になるかもしれないと事前に。だから
ええ、その部分に嘘はないわね。ベアトのゲーム版は完璧よ。あんたが立ち回ったとこ、ベアトが敗北する可能性なんて生涯に一度のみ夢見ることを許されるかどうかくらい、ほんのわずか。つまり限りなくゼロとみなせるほどに絶対に、その勝率はほとんどゼロだから、ベルンがそういうお茶を濁した言い方になるのは仕方がない。でもあなたに夢を持たせた点についてだけは騙してると言い切れるわ。だって天文学的な確率を乗り越えてあんた家族が帰ってくるのはあんたのところじゃな。この1986年に存在するあんたのところにじゃない。ベルンはそれでも100億のかけらをめぐり、そしてその彼女が手土産に持参するつもりだが見つけられなかった。
言ったわ。
そろそろ気づいてきた？
No, I'm not.
あんた、この戦いにご褒美が用意されてないのよ。
Yes, no reward for this Angie right here.
いえ、それどころかベアトを打ち破ればゲーム版は消え去る。そしてその駒であるあんたも消え去る。
Yes.
あんたに享受できるゴールは完全に、いいえ、私の名において宣言するわ。この絶対の魔女ラムダデルタの名において絶対にないと宣言する。
そんな。
それがペルンの嘘を煙に巻いたと言うべき。あん たに救いがあるかのように誤解させて、私はそれを解きに来たのに。
つまり私はどう戦いどう勝利を収めようとも、私のところに家族は帰ってこない。
You're splitting hairs so badly, my guys. Like, they won't come back to me. No, not you, the 18-year-old from 98. No, they won't come back to you. Like, I figured that much out. Like, I'm sure she's still hiding some more shit, but like, this doesn't seem like the big shocking revelation it's supposed to be. Like, oh my god, they won't come back to me? Me, this one right here? No. If they do get returned, they'll go home to the 6-year-old that exists in 86, and then that Angie will then live a life with her family that actually came home. And you will cease to exist because that timeline is then gone. The timeline has changed. This is basic time stuff. Come on, Angie, you're supposed to be smarter than this. The fuck did you think would happen? You think you'd be chilling in 98 and all of a sudden your family comes back the same age they were in 86 and just like, oh, I guess we leaped forward 12 years. Crazy. Come on, Angie. Don't tell me you're that fucking dumb. Don't tell me that's what you thought would happen.
帰ってこない。絶対に。絶対の窓が絶対にって言ってるの。これってすごいことよ。私に絶対が与えられたくて、歴史的建造物を捧げた古代の王たちが私はそれを気前よくあんたにはプレゼントしちゃうの。これってばとっても素敵でキュートでマーベラスなことなのよ。でも一つだけいい提案があるの。
Damn. I'm getting completely overwhelmed. I knew I shouldn't have listened. I'm trying to be overwhelmed by this witch and the Delta.
私の相手はベルンだ。私とあなたが共に得をする話は最初から私はそうだから耳を貸すしかないのよ。あんたに
聞くわよ。聞いてやるわよ。聞けばいいんでしょ。
Why are you getting so emotional? I lost control of my emotions and exploded from the inside. I don't have a clue anymore. I believe that I was Angie, but at some point I stopped being Angie. That's right, I'm Angie, not Angie. Who am I? I'm not my parents' child, nor my brother's little sister. I'm just a piece in a witch's game. Yeah. I mean, she just has a really selfish point of view on all this is the thing. You're fighting for a future where some version of you will live a happier life live a happier future than the one you received. You yourself don't get anything, but it's the fact that you're trying to bring a reality in which a timeline where you can be happy. Not you specifically, like, I feel like it's just kind of such an obvious thing. For someone who's supposed to be, as smart as she is, they've hyped her up as like this incredibly smart person. I feel like for someone who's supposed to be as smart and intelligent as, they make her sound, it's a really big fucking duh moment. Like, yeah, no shit, you don't get anything out of this. You specifically. But in a sense, you are also that same person because you're just from two different timelines is the thing. You get to timelines. Once a timeline goes to this, well then this timeline ceases to exist and it's gone. That would include you. Like, how is this a big stunning revelation? Who the hell was reading this and thought, oh my god, you're telling me that the 18-year-old Angie doesn't actually get a reward out of this. It's only what? It's like, who the hell got to this point and was actually shocked by this, huh? How is this a big revelation? How is I can't get over. I know I'm just repeating myself at this point, but like, how the hell is Angie shocked by this? Where's the surprise? She assumed from the jump that Burncastle wasn't truly her ally because she don't trust no one. Okay. She assumed from the jump that there's a chance she wouldn't get anything out of this. Okay. But now she's finding out, oh, my timeline goes away and I disappear with it. Me, this one me from this timeline doesn't actually see a reward from it. It's a different me from a different timeline who actually sees reward if I do achieve victory. Come on. Come on. What? I don't know. I'm upset that she thinks this is some big revelation. If it was a character that, you know, we've seen have like some below average intelligence, you know, like if it were like a battler learning this fact, all right, if he somehow knew about everything about Angie and then he now learned this and he was like, wait, what? That'd make more sense, all right, because he wouldn't think that far ahead about shit. He wouldn't have those kind of thoughts in his head. But Angie, so far all we've seen of her is that she's hyper intelligent. She's supposed to be, she claims to be on Battler's side. She's supposed to like help him out, where, in areas where he struggles against the witch, she comes around, fucking helps him out somehow, or gives him at least, some advice. How the fuck am I supposed to trust this chick's advice? Well, apparently she can't even figure this bit out. Crazy. Honestly.
だってよく考えて、今あんたはバトラーお兄ちゃんに出会えているの？確かに自らの名を名乗ることはできないけれど、それでも少なくとも魔女と戦うゲームの味方同士という位置にいつまでも永遠に一緒にいることができる。意味わかる？
It means you create many timelines where Angie doesn't get her fucking family back. I can't stand it. But I understand. In other words, as long as Oni-chan keeps getting a tie in this game, it will continue forever. Continuing to tie means continuing the game for eternity. And it means that I can remain with Oni-chan as peace. But if Oni-chan wins or loses and the curtain closes on the game... Yes, and you should be okay with that. Because if you win on that sliver of a chance that you actually win, you create a timeline where Angie Ushiromiya gets her family back come October 6th. Alright? If you don't fight for the win and you constantly fight for the tie, then you only serve to create these timelines or stories or events, whatever you want. Because, like, the first 2 episodes being just these written stories, who knows what other things you might are actually gonna happen with this game board. But, like, if you don't fight for the win, you only serve to create these different worlds where Angie Ushiromiya's family does not return. Who fucking cares if it's not you specifically? If you can fight for one of the Angie Ushiromiyas in fucking existence to receive a fucking timeline where they can be happy with their family, why would you not fight for that? Fight for that one good timeline. What the fuck? Like, obviously she hasn't said she wants to give up or anything, but like, the way she's talking about it makes me think she's gonna get there. Like, oh no, but I'll disappear and I won't be able to be with Battler. And it's like, yes, that's a sacrifice you should have been willing to make. Alright?
の駒の幸せは何？
Winning.
ゲームで遊んでもらうことだけよ。
No. Winning. What's happiness for a game piece? Winning. Getting used isn't the happiness, it's winning. Because guess what? If you're playing chess, alright, since everyone loves their chess analogies, fucking analogies around here. If you move a pawn out to get taken by another piece, so you can set that piece up to get taken, you think that pawn feels happy when the knight swoops around? Just no. I think the pawn feels happy, like, yeah, no, that knight took me out, but now the bishop can come out of nowhere, just take that knight right out. It's crazy, bro. No. Pawn's like, what the fuck? I died. I don't get to see the victory. I don't get to be there for the victory. Nah. The happiness is winning. Winning. You want to win. Both sides want to win. So you need to bring that I want to win energy.
押し入れにしまわれて埃をかぶることじゃないわ。そうでしょ？
Win. In the past, the Seven Sisters of Purgatory said it as well. Furniture's happiness comes from being used, not being stored away. That's right. I am now the witch's furniture.
話を少し変えるわ。実は私、このゲーム永遠に引き分け続けてほしいと思っているの。終わらないゲームは永遠の檻。ベルンを今度こそ屈服させる未来永劫に開かれることのない。
Like, also, this Angie has to realize that if the game continues for eternity, alright, that she's forcing her parents into an eternity where they repeatedly die over and over and over and over and over and over, etc., etc., etc. You get the point. Why would you not fight for the one future that may not be your future, but the one future where an Angie out there gets a happy fucking ending? And like I said, Angie hasn't said anything about deciding one way or another about how this news has affected her, but the fact that she's, taking it as poorly as she has thus far makes me worried for, how she's gonna act later.